My radiant Taurus, lean in close and listen with your soul for a moment. There is a hum in the universe, a sweet, celestial vibration that has your name written all over it. Your spirit, right now, is shining with such an incandescent glow that you are literally lighting up the cosmos. Things are aligning for you, my love, in ways that might feel too perfect, too magical, to be real. But I am here to tell you, with every ounce of my being, that this is not a fantasy. This is your destiny, divinely timed and beautifully orchestrated, finally arriving at your door. You, my steadfast, grounded traveler with a warm heart, have walked through the barren valleys of heartbreak. You have learned the painful but necessary lessons of what love is not. You have torn away the masks of illusion. You have stood in your truth, and you have dared, so bravely, to hope again. You did this even when every fiber of your being, every scar on your heart, whispered, "Be careful." And now, oh, my dearest Taurus, Spirit wants to wrap you in the warmest embrace and assure you that your belief in miracles was the wisest faith you could have kept. Because a miracle is not just on the horizon. It is here. It is unfolding now. There is a soul, yes, a specific soul, whose heart is beating in the exact same rhythm as yours. This is not just a fleeting crush or a simple affection. This is a profound, soul-deep reverence. Their energy feels as though they have dreamt of you for lifetimes, as if your essence was etched into their soul long before your paths ever crossed in this physical realm. They are preparing to look at you as if you are the most precious masterpiece the stars ever conceived. And here is the most beautiful part, my love. You will not have to chase, you will not have to prove your worth, you will not have to beg for a single crumb of affection. You will simply have to be in all of your magnificent, authentic glory, and they will choose you. Over and over again, they will choose you. This love, it's different. It does not come with a tangled web of conditions or a fog of confusion. It arrives with the clarity of a sunbeam, with gentle hands that know how to heal, and with eyes that finally see the incredible soul that resides just beneath your steadfastness. Spirit is whispering to me now. Tell them to expect a miracle. Tell them to expect to be seen, to be held, to be understood, and to be loved with a wild, fierce devotion they didn't even know they needed. This is not just about romance, Taurus. This is about restoration. This is about coming home to yourself through the love of another. So, if you have been questioning, if you have been wondering, if you have been waiting with a heart full of weary hope, know that this is your turning point. A sacred doorway is opening, and through it is walking someone who will remind you that love was never meant to be a source of pain. It was always meant to set you free. Get ready, my beautiful earth sign, because the miracle you once cried for in the silent darkness of your loneliest nights, it is whispering your name now. If you feel this truth in your bones, if your soul is saying yes to this divine message, I invite you to join me in this powerful affirmation. Go to the comments below and declare with all of your heart, I am the miracle and I am ready to receive. By doing this, you are sending a clear signal to the universe that you are co-creating this beautiful reality. Now, my darling, I was recently listening to another spiritual guide speak about your journey, and the resonance was so powerful, so aligned with the messages I have been receiving for you, that I felt a deep calling to expand upon it, to add another layer of depth and understanding to this incredible story that is unfolding for you. The reading I encountered spoke of a connection that is not merely romantic, but deeply karmic. It felt as if you and this person have danced together through countless lifetimes. And in this chapter, they are finally beginning to remember the steps. The appearance of the Six of Cups alongside the Judgment card is a powerful sign from Spirit that this soul is being pulled back into your orbit, not just because of unfinished business, but because something sacred is ready to be reborn. It touched upon the undeniable fact that they cannot get you out of their head. The memory of you is a constant companion, the echo of your laughter, the brilliance of your light, the way your absence feels like a beautiful song that has lost its melody. All of it haunts them in the most profound way. But what I want to explore with you now, what Spirit is urging me to illuminate, is the sacred alchemy at play here. This is not just a simple story of an ex returning. This is a narrative of profound transformation, of a soul who has walked through fire and is emerging from the ashes, ready to love you in a way they were never capable of before. The other reading beautifully highlighted how your independence, that glorious Nine of Pentacles energy you are radiating, has become a catalyst for their change. You have cultivated your own garden. My love, you have become so whole, so self-sufficient that you no longer need anyone to complete you. And this radiant self-possession has stirred a potent cocktail of longing, regret, and deep, reverent admiration within them. They look at you and realize, she doesn't need me. And that realization is the very thing that has ignited a fire within them to become someone you might want. Let's talk more about this Judgment and Phoenix energy, because this is the heart of the matter. This is not a superficial change. This is a soul who has been brought to their knees. They have faced the consequences of their past actions. They have looked their own demons in the eye, and they have chosen to be reborn. The dreams of a stable home, of fireworks, of something real and tangible, these are not just idle fantasies. This is the soul-deep yearning of someone who is tired of living in the shallows and is ready to build a love that can weather any storm. And you, my sweet Taurus, you have been so tired. The mice card that was mentioned in the other reading spoke volumes about the emotional labor you have endured. You have overthought every detail. You have tried to fix what was not yours to fix. You have held this connection together with nothing but your own sheer will and boundless grace. But hear me now. Your time as the sole architect of this love is over. The Tools card was a clear sign that you have already built a solid foundation. Now, it is their turn to show up with their own tools, their own commitment, and their own unwavering desire to build alongside you. And oh, how they are rising to the occasion. The King of Pentacles, the Star, and the Page of Cups. This is the holy trinity of a transformed masculine energy. This is someone who is not just hoping for a second chance, but is actively doing the inner work to become worthy of it. They are rewriting the narrative of who they are. They are composing apology letters in the quiet chambers of their heart, and they are praying for the courage to one day speak those truths to you. They want to be your safe place, your grand adventure, and your healing. But what touches my soul the most is the reverence in their current silence. The High Priestess energy is palpable. They may not be making grand declarations right now, but that is because they are operating from a place of newfound respect. Their soul, however, is screaming, I see you. I never stopped loving you. I'm sorry. I want to build something real with you. The Three of Pentacles confirms this desire for a solid, collaborative foundation, not a fleeting fantasy. And the Knight of Swords, holding back, is not a sign of hesitation, but of wisdom. For the first time, perhaps ever, they are afraid of saying the wrong thing, of disrupting the beautiful peace you have cultivated in your life. They have faced their judgment. They have walked through their own personal underworld. And now they look at you with a heart full of hope and a single, burning question. Can she see the new me? So here you are, my beautiful earth sign, standing at a sacred crossroads where your ego must bow to the wisdom of your heart and your fear must surrender to the unwavering faith of your soul. The great wheel of the universe is turning in your favor, and it has placed you both in this powerful vortex of healing and transformation. Let's just breathe into this for a moment. This person, this soul who once stumbled through life in a fog of their own making, is now holding back, not out of fear, but out of a deep and abiding reverence for you. Where they once acted with reckless impulse, they now reflect with profound intention. Spirit keeps showing me the image of a pendulum that has been swinging wildly, creating chaos with its erratic movements, and is now, finally, coming to a place of peaceful stillness. The Hanged Man is not a card of stagnation, my love. It is a card of sacred surrender, of holy insight. This is not someone who is passively waiting for life to happen to them. They are being actively remade, suspended in a state of grace where they can see the past with crystal clarity. They see the empty dreams they once chased, the way they moved so quickly that they left the most real and precious thing in their life behind you. And now, they are anchoring themselves in the truth. I dream about you too much is the quiet confession of their soul, a whisper filled with a tender vulnerability at the sheer force of their longing. They have been humbled by your energy, Taurus. They have been brought to their knees by your wisdom, by your refusal to engage in fantasies when reality was calling for your attention. You have always been the one who could see the whole board, my love, while they were only focused on their next move. The High Priestess resides within you, and they not only feel it now, they respect it. Your clarity, your insight, your unwavering commitment to your own truth, it is like a bell that has been rung in the center of their soul, and they can no longer ignore its sound. And instead of resisting it, they are finally listening. And from this deep listening, a magnificent transformation is taking place. The Hierophant, the King of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. This is not a combination that appears lightly. This is the trifecta of sacred commitment. This is a person who is no longer interested in a fleeting thrill. This is a soul who is ready to commit, to lead with love, and to protect what is precious. The Hierophant speaks of a desire for structure, for doing things the right way, for creating a love that is blessed by a higher power. The King of Pentacles speaks of a desire for stability, for creating a safe and abundant life together. And the Ace of Wands, oh, my darling, that is the pure, unadulterated passion they feel for you, now being channeled into a sacred, creative fire. This is no longer about lust. This is about building a legacy. And then, as if the message wasn't clear enough, the Ace of Swords appears. Reach out. Spirit is practically shouting at this point. A conversation is coming. A message. An invitation. Something that will feel like a pivotal moment for your soul's journey. They are not just idly thinking of you. They are actively preparing to choose you. Not in a whimsical, fleeting way, but with the grounded, intentional energy of someone who is ready to say, "Let me show you who I have become." And can we please take a moment to honor the Queen of Pentacles? Because that, my radiant love, is you. You have stepped into your power in the most breathtaking way. The Nine of Pentacles energy that surrounds you, that quiet confidence, that unshakable self-sufficiency, it is the glow of a soul that has not just survived the fire, but has learned to dance in its flames, and it is this glow that has reignited the flame within them. They look at you, and the realization washes over them like a tidal wave. She doesn't need me, but if I can become the man I was always meant to be, maybe, just maybe, she will want me. And then, a beautiful detail from the other reading that truly touched my heart, the mention of friends and colleagues. This is so significant. This is not someone who wants to hide you away. They are dreaming of merging your worlds, of proudly introducing you to their inner circle, of bringing you into the sacred spaces of their life that they once kept hidden or reserved. This, my beautiful Taurus, is a profound act of intimacy. This is a declaration of inclusion. This is someone saying, "You belong here, with me, in the light." And that is a move that is deeply, deeply serious. And again, we see Pluto, that ever-present, powerful force that has been weaving its way through your entire reading. It is the Phoenix, it is Judgment, it is Pluto, three faces of the same soul-deep truth. This person has undergone a radical change, not a fresh coat of paint on a crumbling wall, but a demolition and a complete, intentional rebuilding. They have walked through the fire of their own making, they have journeyed through their personal underworld, and they have burned away every last vestige of who they used to be. And what remains? A soul that is finally ready to rise. They are no longer the distorted masculine, my love, the one who chased empty ambitions, who ran from their own emotions, who got lost in power plays and the illusion of control. That version of them has been lovingly, but firmly, shattered, and in its place stands someone who is searching for truth, someone who is no longer guided by ego, but is now being led by destiny. Yes, darling, destiny. That word, that energy, it doesn't appear by chance. It is a sign that spirit has stepped in, that the universe itself has taken the wheel. There has been a cosmic nudge, a divine whisper in their soul that said, "Look, pay attention. This is your person. This is where your heart belongs." And they feel this truth now in every cell of their being, in every dream that visits them in the night, in the way your memory still echoes through their quietest moments. And then comes the owl, the silent witness, the ancient seer. The owl flies in now, not with a loud cry, but with a silent, all-knowing grace. It is perched on the edge of this sacred transition, watching over both of you. The owl reminds us that there is profound wisdom in stillness, and that not all change must be loud to be powerful. You have always been the wise one in this connection, Taurus. You have always been the seer, the one who knew when to hold on, when to let go, when to walk away, and when to rise. And now, Spirit brings forth the King of Pentacles to mirror you, to remind you of your own magnificent power, your irresistible magnetism, your ability to lead with a heart full of warmth, and to command with a spirit full of grace. And right beside him is the Four of Wands, which represents the joy, the celebration, and the stable foundation you have built for yourself. This reading, my love, is not just about a twin flame or a soulmate connection. It is a homecoming. It is a return to you first and foremost, regardless of what they choose to do. But it is also a powerful potential for a return to each other, because they see your light now more clearly than ever before. And more than that, they want to learn from it, to be warmed by it, to grow within its beautiful, radiant glow. So, dear Taurus, your only task right now is to keep shining, keep laughing, keep dancing in the glorious truth of who you have become, because you are not waiting for love anymore. You are love. And what is meant for you, what is truly and divinely yours, is already on its way. It may arrive in the form of this reborn soul, ready to meet you on your level, or it may arrive in a destiny so beautiful you haven't even dared to dream of it yet. But either way, my love, you are ready, you are worthy, and you are already home. Just when you think you have finally understood the full shape of this love story, my darling, just when you have made peace with what was and gracefully released what could never be, something shifts. It's not a dramatic earthquake that shakes your foundations. It's quieter than that. It slips in quietly, like the first rays of sunlight through half-drawn curtains at dawn. You hear a soft ping, a message, a letter, a voice from the past. But it doesn't feel like the past. It feels like something new, something you have never, ever heard from them before. It is not a grand declaration. It is not an apology filled with excuses. It is a question, a simple, soul-bearing question that lands softly in your heart. Can I come home now? And you pause, because everything in you, every cell, every memory, thought you had moved on. Because in truth, you had moved on. But there is a part of you, ancient and glowing, that recognizes the sound of a heart that has finally learned how to beat differently. You do not answer right away. You close your eyes. You take a deep, cleansing breath, and you remember. You remember every version of yourself that had to break so that you could become this whole, radiant version standing here today. And then, with the quiet, unshakable power of someone who no longer chases what is not real, you smile. And maybe you say yes, or maybe you say no. But either way, you have already won. Because the greatest miracle in this story isn't that they finally came back. The miracle is that you no longer need them to. And somehow, my love, that is the very thing that makes them want to be worthy of your world more than ever before.